chatterbox. You're always so happy. You're just a happy little bunch. I'm glad you're here tonight. If you are new, we'd love to meet you. We've got a really wonderful welcoming committee over there. Please let us know if you are new here to see Star of May. We are excited to have Kristina Werner on. We will be introducing her momentarily. This is Craft Roulette, episode 194. What is Craft Roulette? Well, in a nutshell, it is the ultimate paper crafting card making game show challenge, and we are live almost every week, saving a seat right here for you. If you like the back seat better, just sit back, put your feet up, and relax. If you like card making, you may enjoy this show. If you like possible train wrecks, you may enjoy this show. I am Mary Gunn, your intrepid host of Craft Roulette. Welcome, welcome. If you enjoyed the slideshow, if you came in a little bit early and you saw all those beautiful cards, those were the contributions from last week's show where we had Christine Bertram. This has been the Christine month. The Christine Bertram on, and we had some kind of funny parameters, but you guys said, hold my root beer, I'm going to take care of this business, and I'm making something cute, and you did. 317 cute cards came through our emails onto our gallery. You can see all of them over on craftroulette.live. It's a fantastic place. We are going to be celebrating some of those achievements here in just a little bit later in the show, sometimes known as LITs. We also have six process videos. You guys are really catching on to this process video for Craft Roulette. I am very impressed, and I enjoyed watching every one of them. Housekeeping, let me make sure I don't miss anything. Housekeeping. Next Tuesday, we will have in review for this show, and then next Friday, we will not be here. It is our Christmas break, but my twin sister, Mary Claus, will be here, and she will be reading our family Christmas story, Santa's Long Pants. She comes on every year. She's just a lovely person. She looks a lot like me, a little bit younger. But anyway, if you have family members that need a few minutes to tone out and have some kids to sit in front of the TV to be entertained, that's what she's there for. And we are going to give away one of those later in the show too. So stay tuned. We will be back on 12/29 with our friend Biddy Penny to close out the Craft Roulette year. If you wouldn't mind giving us a thumbs up, a share, a Vinny, and all those kind of things, we'd appreciate it. It means a lot to YouTube. It means a lot to us too. It would be very sad to turn on this show tomorrow and see no Vinnies or no thumbs up. I hadn't really thought about that. That would be kind of crushing. So please help me out. Give me an early Christmas present. I'd appreciate it. Tonight's spin sponsors, which is our giveaway mechanism, are some great companies. They have been giving away presents all month long, and then they will give away next on the 29th as well. Sweet November Stamps. Amy Young's been putting out some good stuff lately. Check her out. Waffle Flower Stamps. They are good. They have some darn good stuff. Go check them out. You can see them over on craftroulette.live. Bloom Daily Planners. I've got mine. Started working on it just today. I'm looking forward to filling that with all sorts of crafty fun. And Purple Onion Designs. We thank each and every one of those wonderful companies for coming along and giving their stuff away to you. How do you get those things, you ask? How do you get those things? You send in a card which qualifies you for prizes. These are $25 and gift certificates as a minimum, and this month are going up to $40. So it's a great thing every week just for a card. Come on. It's fun. We love giving away other people's stuff. That I told you I'm going to give that away too. We are not sponsored by any company. We have patrons that come along and say, hey, I like what you're doing on Friday nights. I like what you're doing on Tuesday. I would like to support that and make sure that your shows keep on the air and going out all over the world. So we thank you. We will have a little list of you guys later in the show. And we would also like to welcome two new patrons, Katie Henderson and Melissa B. Thank you guys for coming and supporting us and keeping us on the air. We do have a wonderful third show because we can't do enough. We have a wonderful third show just for patrons, and you guys are liking it. You get to have, we show some of the patron cards, and we have patrons on to talk about it with me. it's not a small thing. I mean, you guys are getting comments by Amanda Stevens and Tracy Fear and Crafty Al. It's pretty darn cool. And a whole bunch of other really great people. They're making good comments too. So that is, merch. We have wonderful, look at there. I got something on right now. We've got some lovely togs that you can buy and support the show as well. And we also have a stamp set and a die set for those pesky, only craft roulette kind of parameters that give you headaches, but not so much anymore. Because you're also smart. You're also clever. Man, you're good. Anyway, that's enough for me. Let's give a warm craft roulette welcome to our lovely guest tonight. Bring on the game show contestant, please, Kristina Werner.
Hello. Hello, everyone over in the chat. I'm watching you right over there. Hello.
They will welcome you. They will welcome you with our open arms. They have been expecting you and very excited to meet you. Welcome to Craft Roulette. We're so glad you're here.
Thank you. I've seen it a few times. My friend Kathy Zielski says it's very fun. So does Gina. Yeah. So when you emailed me, it took us a minute to get a date pinned down, but once we did.
Yep. It was solid. It was solid. So is this your first game show experience?
When it comes to crafting, yes.
There you go.
Being a contestant on a game show, yes. But I do love game shows. We had Game Show Network, when I was a little older. And so I loved watching all the really, really old game shows, the ones that were in black and white.
Password?
Those were always fun to watch. Yes.
Password was good. I used to watch it as a child.
Really closely.
Yeah.
It'd be like card stock, and then you'd have to guess what it is.
That's exactly right. Betty White was a wonderful contestant and married to Alan Ludden. And they had a kind of a sweet little relationship. Anyway, well, we hope you do beautifully tonight on Craft Roulette. You were kind of tempting the Craft Roulette gods on Instagram, and we were making fun and saying that the wheel was spinning on his own and growling. But I think he's going to treat you well. Tell us a little bit about yourself and your crafty journey, please.
Okay, so I have been on YouTube for, I think, 15 years doing the card making video stuff. But like a few years before that is when I started making cards. I started out at Stampin' Up. I was a graphic designer. I did not craft, but I designed their catalog. So I saw all the really fun, crafty things that people were making. And once I saw all the fun, crafty things, I was like, I need to get in on that. So that's when I actually started crafting on my own. So I was at Stampin' Up for a few years. Then I was at Basic Gray. And then now I design for Simus's Stamp. So, perfect. And I also teach online with my bestie, Jennifer McGuire. We have onlinecardclasses.com. Is Jennifer here?
She's
hi,
here.
Jennifer.
Yeah. At least somebody with her moniker is here.
I'm like,
and Kathy's
here
too.
Look over there to that side. Oh, wait, wrong side. Hello, Jennifer.
You're well supported by friends. So that's good. Yeah, I didn't realize you had been with Stampin' Up. That's interesting. And it is, man, those things that cute can get under your skin. It was, that's how I got it too, because I was working with a homeschool co-op. I was interviewing for teachers, and this lady said, well, I've got this new little hobby. It was like in 1997 or something. And I said, oh, what is it? And I was looking desperate for teachers. And she said, well, it's art stamping. I thought, that sounds so stupid. But then it was the longest running class, and she would bring in these beautiful boards, everything with puff sleeves, lots of dots, all these different things. And I just went, I've got to have this. This is so cute. It makes my heart happy. So that's how I got it too. Yeah.
Yeah, you just have to find that one style that you love. And I don't think that like my preferred style was really in the crafting industry until right then. So that's when it just hit me and I was like, oh, this is dang cute. I have to do it.
Well, your little studio's dang cute too. It's real festive and you're dressed for Christmas. Well, so I know that you had a question for me before we get to crafting. We do want to get to crafting before Christmas. So what was that question?
What is Craft Roulette?
That's exactly right. Ding, 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 ding. You win. You win. We will be answering that question with this little video. Chatterbox, so glad you're here. Mr. Producer, you're doing an excellent job. Christina, let's slay this thing, shall we? We'll be right back.
What is Craft Roulette? Craft Roulette is a live paper crafts challenge show where the goal is to complete a project that has been randomly selected by the spin of a wheel. There are 4 categories we spin for: project, colors, element, and random. Each category has 24 possible options with a combined possibility of 331,776 unique projects. Whoa. We're live every Friday at 6:30 p.m. Central on youtube.com/craftroulette. Please like and subscribe. Each week we bring on a special guest crafter to create along with us and share their unique take on the challenge. You can play too. Complete a unique project of your own using the same 4 parameters set in this episode. You'll have 48 hours to contribute by submitting pictures of your project through the submission form on craftroulette.live. Contributions are featured on marygunfund.com's weekly episode blog and the next episode. Let's recap last week's episode and submissions.
Yep, that's what Craft Roulette is in a nutshell. It's fun, too. We forgot to say that, but it's real fun. I've been doing it now every week for 193 times, and I've enjoyed each and every parameter set. And now we have people that are going back and doing them again, and old bonus content and old videos. It's really fantastic. And I want to say happy Craftiversary to our friend Vicky Ruda. This is her 3rd Craft Roulette anniversary. I think that is just so fun. She was like one of our first, if not our first, UK contributor. Anyway, we love you. You and Adrian. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. This is our time to celebrate some of the achievements just from last week. We had 317 contributions last week, and that brings us to a total of 26,224 total cards that we have received in the 3.5 years that we have been live. That is over 22 miles of cards if you lay them down one after another. It's fantastic. Oh, so what did our patrons think last week? This is what we're discovering, is that you're like okay on everything. Nothing is really vexing you. You're not getting any parameters that you absolutely hate. And that's good because we work hard on those parameters. So I do have a little thing over there. Oh, that's on vetoes, I think, for the patrons over on our blog that will go live at 8:15, I think, tonight with your comments because they were too cute. There's my card. The project was a postcard. Colors were Florist Shop. Element was globes, and the random was abstract blob or blobs. Lots of different interpretations on all of those and within each of those parameters as well. You guys really knocked it out of the park. I enjoyed watching the gallery. We had a fun guest. I don't know how many times. She was on 10 times or something like that. Christine Bertram. She's always a lot of fun. The Purple Princess from Wisconsin. And this was her cute little card. She had a really fancy little fold on that, and it turned out really very, very nice. So we were always glad to have Christine on. We look forward to having her on in 2024 as well. She's already booked her dates. Shall we bring her back on, Mr. Producer? All right. We're going to celebrate the achievements that our contributors have made this week. We have 4 new mug clubbers. That means they have sent in at least 100 cards. I will be sending out one of these little stamp sets to each and every one of you. Real proud of Mary Brindley, Anna R., Laura Ellis, and Mary Ellen Finley. Well done, girls. We're also going to welcome some first-timers. We're welcome some first-timers, say major milestones leading ladies, and welcome to Club 52. Fluffle Bun Jr. sent in this card. Andrea Batts-Latson, welcome to Craft Roulette with your cute card. Katie Henderson, who's also a new patron, well done, from Cedar Rapids, not too far away from us. Major milestone achievers are like the 25, 50, 75, 100 sold American. Congratulations to Cheryl Garman for her 25 cards. Janet Jenkins for her 25 cards. That's so sweet. Using the same parameters, so different. Amy Jess has sent in 25 cards. Sue Mallow from Wisconsin. Congratulations. Julie Radu from California. She's sending this to me, it looks like. Susan H. from Florida sent in this pretty card. The abstract blobs were really fun. Brooke Williams, Little River Crafts from Maine. Very nice. Sharon Goodman from Australia. Nicely done, Sharon. 25 cards. Whoa! 25 for Anita Solars. This was outstanding. We enjoyed that on one of the shows, too. Take a look at that one. 25 cards for Kat Roberts from New Zealand. Terry B has sent in 50 cards. That's a lot of cards, Terry B. And we're thankful for each one. Don Wilcox from Maine. I think I have that stamp set. Mary Ellen Finley, again, congratulations on being a mug clubber. Isn't that amazing? Laura Ellis from England, even with a little baby, she's done it, 100 cards. Anna R. from Wisconsin, 100 cards. Very pretty. You like snowflakes. Mary Brindley from Missouri, well done. And now I think we're going to, yep. Our leading ladies, they're hanging tight. Man, they have been our leading ladies for week after week after week. I don't mind. Jackie Muller from Australia, 154 cards. Her twin in California, Smurf Murphy, with 154 cards. I love how you guys are so cheering them. Kathy Herring with 158. Ooh, you guys are really close. 5K now 6K Lamone has sent in 160. Always colorful. Card Monkey Jarvis has sent in 171. Doesn't matter if she has COVID, if she's on a cruise, or has a back surgery. And then we have Patty Beck, our leading lady with 188 consecutive cards, week after week after week. Welcome to Club 52, to two wonderful craftettes. Michelle Lupton, well done, girl.
I love that purple.
She's good. Tony T, also with 52. Club 52 doesn't have any perks. It doesn't have any special parking. It doesn't give you any discounts at Michael's, nothing. But you have bragging rights that you have sent in a year's worth of cards to Craft Roulette, and we hope that's enough. Yeah, well done, Michelle. It's Saturday morning for her. Hopefully, Ms. Werner, this gives you some inspiration.
Yes, I love the purple. Purple is so underrated in the crafting world. So many people don't like it. I love it.
Yeah, so we always ask our guests, our first-time guests, about their affection for purple. So this may be a good time.
Yeah.
There is
I love it.
two groups in our group. There's Team Orange and then there's Team Purple. It turns out that I was adding orange to the wheel quite a bit. You can guess my team, right? And the purple people started complaining because they just didn't love orange like I love orange. Red orange in particular. So, would you like to declare your team?
Can I be Team Rainbow? I want all of the colors. I don't want... But if I had to pick a favorite, I'd probably go red. But if I have to pick a favorite between orange and purple, I'd say purple.
Yeah, that's what I'm feeling. Look at those purple hearts come up on that chatterbox. I'm still working on them. I'm going to have a job with you too, I can tell. But we also have some seasonal team people. Like Kaylin Anthony is always Team Orange in the fall. But then she flips if she's in the spring. So,
I could see that.
Yeah, I can too. I can. But anyway, well, welcome to Team Purple. We're glad to have you. I think we put it off long enough. I think you're ready to meet Mr. Wheel.
Do this. Bring it.
Did you pump some iron or anything to get ready for this? Mental iron? Creativity iron? You're ready.
I attempted to clean my craft room. Does that count?
Sometimes it does. Because you kind of get familiar and see some different things and you kind of bring up those ideas in your mind. But we'll see how it goes tonight. Those are our parameters that we will be getting our assignment from. But first, we are going to talk about vetoes. Our patrons get to veto 4 of these bad boys. And let's see what they said for project they do not want tonight. Spanner cards by quite a bit. You don't want spanner cards. So that means if we do land on spanner cards, number 24, we will spin again. But if you want to make a spanner card and it fits in the parameters that we do get, you can still do it. For colors, what did the patrons say?
Let me Google spanner card. What is that?
Well, we don't have to do it, so you're off the hook on that one. But they are really cool. Oh, wait, Christina, we need some help from you. Looks like color vetoes, we have a tie. Tie goes to the guest. Okay. What would you rather veto, cereal box or candlelight?
I'm tempted to say, can I veto to veto? Can I veto the vetoing? Because bring it. But
we need you.
I guess if I'm going to be kind to myself, let's get rid of candlelight.
Candlelight it is. We will not have candlelight. I thought maybe you'd say cereal box because there's a lot of orange and no purple on cereal boxes, except for Raisin Bran.
No other cereal box there is? I was going to say Raisin Bran.
Yeah, there you go. So we can still do cereal box. That'll be fun. And for thank you for that. For element, what did the patrons say? They really don't want to do rooms as an element. Okay, I thought, rooms would be fun for Christmas, but we're good. And for random, they said, no thank you to lace on the base. They don't like my poetry, apparently. They're not going to be having to put lace on. That doesn't mean that you can't put lace on it because there's no parameter that says no lace. So if you want to put lace, you're still welcome too. This is the time, Miss Kristina. Would you like to veto something on your own, or you're kind of like ready to go?
Bring it. Do your worst, Craft Roulette gods.
Oh, you heard it now. Will she be wishing she hadn't here in about 5 minutes? I don't know. We'll find out.
Maybe. Probably.
This is your chance. Now, we also like to ask you, where would you put your chips for this board? How do you want to say what you want or what you think the wheel would give you, or how would you like to do that?
Do I pick just one spot or one in each category?
One in each category, please.
Okay, I'm going to say number 20, Good Tidings. And then I'm going to say, what is that? 14, Sleigh Ride.
All right.
I'm going to say 18. Is that Rings? Is that what that's?
Rings. Mm-hmm.
And then 13, Something from the Floor. I would really like that.
I thought you might use Add a Cat. Because you're kind of
right above it.
Yeah.
I could add a cat to anything. That's not a challenge.
All right. Well, I think we are ready to start spinning. I'm looking to see if I have anything else to do. Nah. We can start the spin. Let's give this guy a warm-up. Let's give him a warm-up. See, look at him go.
Big money. Big money.
No
whammy.
To tell you, we don't pay you for this show, did I? Well, for project, give her something good like Good Tidings. Number 11. That's not Good Tidings. Okay, square. We will be talking about each and every one of these. Don't panic. For colors, if you are new here, this may not make a lot of sense. We will try to make sense. We don't promise, but we try. Number 6, Nest. nest colors. For element, it's bringing it, darling. He's bringing it. 21. Ladders. Oh, is he ever bringing it? Random.
Are we
Don't
building a
laugh
house?
in the
What is
chatter
this?
box. I know. You asked. Add a cat. Well, there you go. Yeah.
Yes.
Hallelujah for adding cats. Yes. All right. Well,
The sun has fallen upon me. Add a cat.
how many cats do you have?
Just 2.
Just 2? Okay. But they're very special in
Just
your
2.
life, right?
Yeah, I don't think they would like a third. They are distinguished older women. You could call them the Golden Girls of the Salt Lake Valley. They are, and they have just as much attitude. I've got to say, Jennifer has met them and she's in the chat. And Stika too, if she's here in the chat, I'm not sure, but Sophie would be Rose. Absolutely. Just a little bit not there all the time. And Daphne would be Dorothy.
Oh, fun.
I'm just going to give them
fun.
those.
Well, we have a little guy named Kerwin, and he's so cute.
Oh,
He doesn't have anything redeeming too much, except that he's just really handsome little black kitty, and he's real sweet on his own terms.
we love
Kind
that.
of very cat-like. We like to give my speech right, or I like to give my speech right now. My speech is, this is going to be your art project. We're not going to tell you what to do. We're not going to teach you anything. This is not that show. Your cards can be range from classic to very interpretive. We're fine with whatever you come up with. We do like to have family friendly and handcrafted. There's a spectrum of interpretations. It can be very literal. It can be HEY Google. How can I use nest colors? What are nest colors? Google, and Google will come up with something to help you with. Doesn't mean you have to use them exactly. Doesn't mean that at all. You can use them interpretively. Or you can also go, how am I going to add a cat? Maybe you want to make an actual cat, or maybe you just want a whisker coming out the side of the card. It's up to you. This is your art project. So you can go all over the place. You do have to include those 4 parameters if you want to play along with us. Christina has to use those 4 parameters. And each parameter can also be used as a focal point or as a detail or somehow or other fitted in. You get to tell us how you did it. We just get to sit back and enjoy it. So, honestly, honest to Pete, girl, I don't have a clue. Let's talk about these things. Square. You can either have a square card, you can have squares on your card. You don't even have to make a card. It doesn't say card. So if you're a 3D artist, you can do something with that. It's going to be fun. It's always fun. So you said easy.
Oh, yeah. So
Are you a
easy
square?
to implement a square.
It isn't hard. Do you make square cards or?
I do. Every once in a while. Not a ton, but every once in a while for sure. Yeah.
Big or little?
Sorry, I'm sketching my ideas. Mind is flowing.
Oh, that's good. That's good. Okay, so we're just going to have to include a square. It can be a square card or include a square. Nest colors. My first thought, I always think of robin's egg blue as a nest color, but there are birds of every color out there. I watch a couple different bird channels on Instagram. It's amazing what birds look like. So you can go as crazy bird as you want. You can go or as neutral as just nest colors. It's going to be whatever's associated with nests. You said your mind, or you are thinking of all sorts of things. What are those things for nests that come to mind?
Well, I told you before we started that I could make a story up about anything. And on a Nest camera, you can see anything in your house.
Oh.
So.
Oh.
The
There's
world
one for your
is
noggin
my
right there.
oyster.
That is strong. I didn't even think of that.
There's Nest cameras in this house.
Yes, and we have them all over. Okay. You have proven yourself. That is good. Now ladders.
Ladders.
I don't have
harder.
a stamp. I don't have a stamp that says ladders, but I thought I could probably draw one or make one. That's kind of what I was
think
thinking.
you could just make just a pattern that has, 2 vertical and then some crossbars. You could just make a pattern out of that.
Right. That's not going to be hard. I was thinking originally that ladders with little mice might be kind of cute, or maybe now that we have nests, we go a little more close to the bird thing and start and put some little birds on a ladder. I don't know. It depends. It's going to be a little different for people because they probably don't have ladder stamps, but they might.
True.
And there might be some people crying in the corner right now saying, I don't have any ladder stamps.
Amanda is saying plaid or stripes even.
Oh. Good call.
And anything that has some, you're right. That could be some ladder kind of, some plaid or patterns.
Now
you
could
my
find
brain's
a
kind
ladder
of,
in anything.
Yeah, we can do this. We can do this. And then a cat. You can add a cat to anything. We've had so many cats in our cards that they're absolutely extra.
Oh my gosh, Kelly in the comments, I 100% bought a small ladder die just for this parameter. Thinking ahead.
Parameter purchasing is a thing. Parameter purchasing is a thing. It really is. We have, it's funny. Jacob's Ladder string game. That's a good one. A fence die could be turned upside down. Good one, Ellen Cuts paper. Picket fence for a ladder. Just cut off that picket. Sure.
Oh.
That would work. You do have dies, but you also can do little, just small. It doesn't have to be the main thing. You can have a ladder pattern on a piece of paper that you have as a border, for instance.
The cat could just be a paw print, I think Amanda said again.
Yes, or a whisker coming in off the side, or just a couple little triangles. They're little triangle ears. They could be a little pattern on the border as well for ears. So there's a lot of things that we can do. Tic-tac-toe is a ladder. That's a cool idea, Diane. Train tracks look like ladders. Oh, that's a good idea too. It doesn't have to be a ladder. It can just kind of look like a ladder. A ladder truck? Yes. Okay. Chatterbox, you are engaged. Your stretchy pants are stretching well, and I'm proud of you. Thank you for these great ideas. Are you comfortable? Do you think you can do this?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I've got a card sketch. I'm ready to go. I'm just waiting. What, can I start?
Would you like to hand me one? Because I don't have anything. All right.
Well, as we were talking, I just kept adding to my card sketch. I think this is going to be good.
I'm excited to see what you come up with. We're going to take a quick break while we get our supplies, while you enjoy the... Maybe you won't enjoy it, but I get a kick out of these ads. We'll be right back. Well done. Does card making ever wear you out? Are you just having one of those days? You ever say to yourself, I wish there were more craft roulette on each week? Well, have we got good news for you? In Review is like part 2 of Craft Roulette, which features you, our card contributors. It'll be easy to find because it airs here on our Craft Roulette YouTube channel. We go live almost every Tuesday evening at 6:30 p.m. Central, and we do a number of fun things during the show, including Mail Call, where I share some of the nice cards and goodies people send us. Our Card Showcase, where we take a longer look at some of the contributions sent in from the most recent episode. And our Who Done It mystery game, where I recreate a card from the most recent episode's gallery, live on air. Everyone in the live chat gets to try and figure out which card I'm recreating. So, if you want more of what we do on Craft Roulette, you'll love our show, In Review. The Whodunit mystery game is just a game, and we do not actually solve mysteries, but we do actually solve mysteries. The show is supposed to be on Tuesdays, but we reserve the right to reschedule as necessary. Mary will not always know what she is doing, especially with buttons and or math. Stretchy pants and snacks are not required, but advisable. Please bring a friend. Too much fun for one person included. Hey, Cool Mary here. You might remember me from my breakthrough role, the In Review infomercial. While normal me and the special guest are gathering their supplies, let me take this opportunity to tell you about our stamp set, our die set. Whoa. Let me, Cool Mary, show you what you can do with them. Tubular. Whoa! Gnarly. Yes, you can order these off our web shop. Every purchase helps support our shows, and in return, you can be like me, Cool Mary. Get to. Yes, that's Cool Mary in her finest. I do want to thank Ronnie and Max Macias for this super Mary little pendant that you gave me, this necklace. It is just so darling, and I'm very touched that you would think I'm a super Mary. This is my superpower right here, being intrepid in all these weeks, week after week. I've got a square card. Are we ready to bring her in? Mm-hmm. Well, let's bring her in. She is ready.
Do it. Ready to go.
You were born ready, weren't you, girl? I'll tell you what I'm doing. I've got one of my favorite things, this little tiny bed. And I've got Tolstoy, one of my little favorite kind of stamps. He's old as the hills. And I have used this bed multiple times. And I'm going to use it again. And I'm going to make a little ladder for Tolstoy to climb up into bed. And you know what, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, crafters and craftettes, 2024 will be bringing back the dust bunnies. And that's where the bed's from. So what do you got going on?
Okay, here we go. Here's my sketch. Right. Oh, let's see. Right here.
Uh-huh.
You see it?
Yep.
It's going to be a little cat peeking up from the bottom. And then I'm going to have a colorful kind of grid background to make it, ladder. And then I'm going to have a little top bubble and put a greeting on it.
It did come together nicely.
Yep, that's the plan.
And then for my nest
colors,
I'm going to have, Tolstoy is going to be doing something about the cat. He's going to be saying shoe cat, or there might be a little nose that comes in over here with a kitty cat sneaking in like kitty cats do.
You know what would be really cute? If you made a tall slimline card and stacked the bed so it looked like a bunk bed.
Oh.
That would be really cute. And then you could have a ladder.
Cute. In this little book, we have a stacked bed like that.
Look at that.
Yeah. There's the little elves saying their nightly prayers before they get in their little beds. So that is cute. I think you're getting such a good start, though. I don't think I could do it that fast. So I'm going to just just get started. Everybody is probably, we often get contributions way before the guest and I get done. So we'll see what we got going on. Oh my gosh, Dawn, how did you get a card in already, Quasi Kitty? You are a Quasi Kitty. Wow. Well, pressure's off.
Someone in the
Christina, the
someone
first
in the
card's
chat
already
is
in.
saying that I'm like sounding garbled or something. Do you need me to talk a little bit so you can hear more?
I'm not sure. He's working on something.
I can just keep talking at you.
That's a good plan. Yeah, she's kind of going all
Just keep going. You sound good.
good. Good.
Maybe their computer gremlins were causing a problem on their end.
Maybe so. So, are you thinking that Mr. Wheel was kind of a good guy tonight?
Yeah, I mean, hello, add a cat. I mean,
I know, that was pretty good.
hello.
That was pretty good.
And the fact that you even said, I'm surprised you didn't pick add a cat. Because I didn't even,
I know.
honestly, I didn't see it.
I know. I was
then-
kind of surprised too.
Yeah.
So, that Add a Cat's been on for quite a while too, and it's not always had a good response. Because unbelievably enough, there are people that don't have cat stamps.
Well, you don't have to have a stamp always. You can just, I mean, I'm not using one. I mean, I have plenty of cat stamps, but I'm not
I
using
know.
one tonight.
And there are those that just really want to stamp, but every once in a while you get to break out,
Mm-hmm.
and I like that too.
All right, I'm breaking out the watercolors.
Oh, everybody's going to enjoy watching you watercolor. You do that pretty often and very beautifully.
Well, thank you.
You're very
I had
welcome.
a video go up today that was watercolor. But it
You're-
was with markers. This one's going to be watercolor.
Oh, that's awesome. Your Christmas series is always remarkable.
No, thank
This
you.
is your sixth. What year is this?
Oh, 14, I think.
14.
Is that right? It
That's
might be
so
even
many.
15. Hold on, let me count. I think if it was 15, I really missed an opportunity to really like hype it up as the 15th. Let me see
I don't
here.
remember. Does anybody know?
I'm going to count right now. I want to say it's 14. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 14. No, it is 15.
Well, now
I'm
you
quiet
can
now?
you can have all year to plan something big next year. A little bit quiet. You just got a little bit quiet.
I probably just lean it back. Is it okay now?
It sounds pretty much the same. I have you pretty cranked up.
Oh.
Don't be
I don't
something.
You
know.
are pretty quiet now.
You want to
Weird.
yell? I know. It's one of those things. We were fine before.
You should
So-
be good now.
Really weird.
Oh, there you are.
Is it working now? I don't know.
Mhm. Yes. Yes.
Okay, that was strange. Maybe it was my internet connection or something,
Yeah.
which
who knows?
generally is good.
Who knows? I don't. That's why we have Mr. Producer. Well, one of the reasons. We're real glad for him because he can run interference on all that.
That is very true. I don't have anyone like that that's watching me when I'm live. So if anything should go wrong, it's
They let
I
you
just
know, though.
really cross my fingers that nothing goes wrong.
Do you remember your first live?
Oh,
You've been on a long time.
you know what? I don't
Oh, is that
remember
right?
what my first live was.
Hmm.
I know that I kind of started going live like during COVID lockdowns.
Okay.
So that was when it became a little bit more consistent. I'm going to look on my phone here and see what the oldest thing is. because that'll tell me.
Got
Oh,
my-
wow. I've got to go back a ways. Let's see. I'm still scrolling. Nerd. Scroll. Someone needs to stop going live, apparently. I've got like 5 million live videos.
Oh, I don't think you're at that point yet.
Oh,
You
it's not
still-
list. Oh, it's not showing me just live now. It's showing me everything. Why isn't it? Only show me lives, please. Okay, now it's only showing me lives.
Must be a lot.
I was scrolling back. I'm like, why is it so many? And then I'm like, it's
As it
not.
was
It's
all of
not
them.
narrowing it down. Yeah, it was showing everything.
Filter.
What am I doing? I could just look on my computer. Hello. just go look at your computer.
Meanwhile, I get to catch up. This is pretty good.
Okay, let's see here.
Oh,
That
That's
is
true.
10
This will
years
give me a
ago.
minute.
Mr. Producer
Because my
got it.
last live was 10 years ago. Oh my
Wow.
god!
Yeah, if you sort by oldest, it says 10 years ago.
Wow.
That's a
Okay.
piece.
Well, it says
Well,
I
you
have
probably don't remember.
174 lives. So let's see here. What was my first one? Last page. It was
We
10
got
years
her.
ago.
Yeah.
May 27th, 2013.
Well, I feel there should be some kind of celebration for that this year, because right? That's a big deal.
That's
It's
crazy.
a lot.
Well, you do realize we're at the tail end of the year, so it
well,
might be a
there's
little
that.
hard to celebrate
Oh,
that.
time. I'm always a little confused.
I need to pick a color combo. Nest.
I've got my robin's egg blue going on.
Like I said, I mean, I do have that like cop out that, on a Nest camera, every color is visible.
That was.
But I feel
that
like that's a
was
little bit
classic.
cheating.
Yeah. No. You're good. It was legitimate. We say that if you can justify it, which you did, we're good with it.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with it.
So have fun.
I'm going to get a nice
Friday.
pink going. In fact, I will zoom in on my painting here.
Mari Clark, I'm healing really well. I took a chunk out of my hand a couple weeks ago, and I had a bunch of stitches right here. So it looks pretty awful, but it's healing really well. And that's why I have my Michael Jackson thing going on, though. So I don't gross you out. I don't want to gross anybody out. So thank you for asking, but I'm doing great. Squeezing these is good therapy, and my little glue bottle and all those things. I figure crafting is a good therapy. Oh, look at you go to town.
right.
So, okay, I have a question about when you were little. Just
Okay.
a little girl. Can you see this coming? Could you see, when you look back, can you see that you were going to be crafts and crafts and crafts and graphics and graphics and graphics? Did you love paper? Did you love creating?
I love
Did
art
you-
stuff, that's for sure.
Mm-hmm.
But no, I didn't know that like you could make it like a job.
Okay.
I didn't know that you could do that.
Mhm.
So I would have to say no to that.
Nobody came at career day and said, you can be an artist.
No, in fact, I had a painting teacher in high school who discouraged me from going into art.
For real.
And I went to him because I was trying to pick a major because I was applying to colleges. And I said, hey, I'm thinking of majoring in graphic design. And he basically said, like, well, you're going to have to take a lot of art classes for that. Like, are you sure you want to do that? Like, I don't think you should do that. And
Wow.
and I was like, oh, okay, maybe I don't then.
Mm.
And then I went to college and I didn't have a major, like for the first like year and a half.
Oh.
And if it wasn't for a very intuitive office manager at the campus newspaper, I would not have ever taken a graphic design class. She hired me as a student secretary.
Okay.
And come to find out, she'd hired me as a student secretary thinking that I was a graphic design major because she needed
Oh.
someone to do like, like signs and different things for the office,
Uh-huh.
which I did,
Mhm.
because like I still had that interest. But I didn't realize that that's what she had hired me for. And so when
Interesting.
she heard that, she's like, oh my gosh, you need to go talk to a graphic design teacher right now. So she sent me over and they signed me up for a intro to graphic design class, and the rest is history.
That's a pretty good story.
Yeah.
I'm real glad you didn't listen. A whole bunch of people are really glad you didn't listen to the first guy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Because you don't
Okay,
always get great information. So you got to kind of keep checking.
True.
I'm real glad you did. That's a nice story.
I am going to go on mute just for a minute because I've got to use my heat tool, and that can be really loud. So I'm just going to mute myself for just
All right. I'm going to check in with a group here. If you are just coming in, this is Craft Roulette, episode 194. We are crafting with the lovely Kristina Werner. She is bold. She is after this. She is taking this like a dog to a bone. And we're real excited to have her here. Our parameters this week are square for project, not necessarily a card, nest for colors, and she had a great take on that, ladders for element, and add a cat for random. So if you want to play, we will be telling you how to play later. It's always worth it. We'd love to meet you and see your cards or project. So keep that in mind this weekend as you putter around your craft room. We're glad you're here. My little card, it's gonna have to get a little kitty in here, but my little card is a square card and a little 4 1/4 by 4 1/4. My nest colors are nest and some grass and robin's egg blue. My little critter is going to be will have climbed up. If you've been around Craft Roulette for a while, you know this is Tolstoy, our little kitty, our little mouse. And I thought he needed to come back for the end of the year. And I'm creating a ladder out of the bedposts. It may not be the best looking ladder, but it's going to work.
It's going to be adorable.
Oh, well, Tolstoy, he's just cute. Just a cute little guy. But thank you.
Just adding on another layer of watercolor here.
That is kind of the secret, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
What percentage of cards do you think you make with watercolor? Because I think of you as watercolorist. So obviously you are.
Maybe half.
Okay, so I'm not way off on that. Okay.
Yeah, I do a lot of ink blending too, and that type of thing. All right, I'm going to put my watercolor paints aside for a moment because they're going to have to come back when I paint the cat.
Meow.
In fact, maybe I'll just let this dry. And we're going to come in and paint, well, first sketch and then paint a little kitty.
Oh.
Okay.
Is it going to be like one of your kitties, or are you just going to have a...
Of course. Every cat I paint or color or draw looks like my cats. So, because I figure, if I'm sending a card to someone, it's from me, it should have my cat on it.
I don't disagree. Our cat, I can look into a bedroom and see something black on the bed, and I wonder, is it a T-shirt or is it Kerwin? And so I have to kind of go over and see if there's any little triangles on its head. But I've been fooled by T-shirts, just in passing.
Wow.
I know, he's just this little black kitty. He was a
Little
stray
football.
that ended up at my daughter's house, and we had just lost our old kitty. And she texted me and said, "Just let me bring him over. You don't have to keep him." And so he was 7 weeks old, scrawny, ugly little guy, and we kept him, and he's turned out to be a handsome dude.
Oh.
And he loves our dogs, and he's a real good hunter.
Awesome.
Yeah. Well, that's not a half
Okay.
bad ladder. Look at that, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, crafters and craftettes.
Well,
You
that
too
looks
can
really
make a little. Yeah, it's not half bad. So
It's
we'll put
cute.
it somewhere. Yeah. Thanks. So he's gonna just
All
have
right,
climbed
back to my-
up off the ladder, and then I have to put a little kitty nose in there.
Okay. I need
Yeah.
a gray.
Mm-hmm. Or I could have a kitty pillow. Just put a kitty pillow there, or a cat toy with a string, kind of like, oh, there must be a cat off to the side, because it doesn't have to be literal. Mm-hmm. I don't know. We are gonna play with some ideas. We do have a lovely set of really good questions from our patrons for you, ma'am. And I
Okay.
think you can handle them. Yeah, I do. Lauren Taylor, who has a great little YouTube channel and does wonderful little cards, asks, what color distress ink do you identify with the most? Now, talking
Oh,
about your
gosh.
team colors and things, you wanted rainbow, but you were also talking purple up. So is there
Yeah.
a purple color that you just kind of go, well, yeah, really, I can kind of see myself being that color.
I use seedless preserves a lot, but only in conjunction with picked raspberry. So I actually think I would say picked raspberry.
Oh. Is that a picked raspberry?
It's
I
like a
think I have it.
magenta. Yeah.
Kind of a
it's
red
like
violet.
Well, no, it's more like right on like magenta.
Okay.
It's the pink. Yeah.
I'm looking for it. Nope, I don't have it. So I can't show it. Well, that
You don't
look
have
at your
picked
kitty.
raspberry?
I don't. I live on an edge here. But no, I don't think I do. Somewhere maybe, but I don't see it right
it's
off.
going to be your next purchase because it's such a good pink. And if you want to just get like a perfect spectrum or a rainbow on your card, picked raspberry, squeezed lemonade, and mermaid lagoon, which is basically, cyan, magenta, and yellow. So that's how that works.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like your inkjet printer. All right, I'm going to zap this with my heat tool. I'm not going to mute this time. I'm just going to zap it real quick.
I do have something I can use. I could put a kitty on a picture. That's what I could do. Because I've got one right here. We could just put a little picture right here, or he can be on the top of the ladder. Not
guess you
1
could,
foot on, 1 foot off.
Draw a big cat leg on the other side of the bed.
Well,
so it looks
I was
like the cat
thinking
is
of
coming with the mouse.
I was thinking of those dies that they have with just the paws. Those would be real good for some of these cards, I think. I think we'll see it. But I just found this little tiny cat face. I'll just make it look like a picture on his wall. And, oh, this one's got all sorts of good stuff. I can also put some little cat paws. Walk it off. There they go. Let's make them walk away, not walk into, because there's nothing at the end. Oh, I did it the wrong way. That's okay. The cat just disappeared. Cats can do that. Oh, shoot. I could always, it's okay. So, Gloria Davis was asking about your Stampin' Up! Days. And so you that was quite a bridge from, no, you shouldn't go into art to becoming a designer. And then when you didn't even craft. This is very interesting to me that you would have this whole kind of convoluted way to get to where you are now. I like it though. It's fun.
Yeah. It's I came from the back end of the industry.
Right.
I came from the backstage.
Right. Behind the scenes.
I mean, I got my degree in graphic design. So
right.
when I graduated from college, I was just looking for a job, basically. And
nothing fancy.
Yeah, Stampin' Up! Was, near where I lived at the time. And so I interviewed over there. I didn't know what it was before I went to interview.
Oh.
I looked it up online. I'm like, oh, they're like a little scrapbooking company. So they're probably going to be in this little itty bitty warehouse, like it's just small, maybe like a 8-person team, really small.
Mm-hmm.
And then I pull up in my car and I was like, holy crap, this huge building, huge warehouse. I was like, what in the world? Like, what does this company do?
Yeah.
And then I went in and I interviewed, and it was for their international division. I mean, if they're a large enough company that they need an international division.
Yeah.
So I went in, I was like, wow, this office is beautiful. I'd come to find out they had just built the building and they just moved in that year, like not that long before I interviewed. And
that's cool.
I want to say I interviewed, and then they had me come back for a second interview, like a couple days later. And then I left the second interview. It was a group interview. I left the second interview and I actually ended up at an art store. I needed some calligraphy supplies because I was addressing a friend's, all of her wedding invitations. So I was in the line at the art store checking out. And when I got a call on my cell phone, and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I have to answer this because I didn't know what it was, and I was interviewing for jobs, and I didn't want to miss a call. So I picked it up, and it was Jana, who she now works at Concord at 9th, but Jana, and she basically offered me the job. So
cool.
I think from when I first interviewed to when I was offered the job was about a week. And come to find out, that is very rare in Stampin' Up! World. A lot of times for months before they're hired. So I love Jana. I love that I get to see her, even though, we obviously don't work at the same office anymore. I work from home. But whenever I go over to the Concord at 9th office, I see her. And it's like a good little walk down memory lane. We love Jana.
Oh.
I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for Jana hiring me.
Isn't that nice? That's nice.
Yeah.
It's a nice story. I had never heard your backstory, so that's very interesting. Well, Kathy Zilski came from a graphics background, too.
She sure did.
Yeah.
Let's see. Yeah.
And I, too, have spent some hours at an old machine that used to do typesetting. Ooh.
Really?
And some copy paste stuff with wax in the old days. Kathy and I talked about that. And we actually used wax.
Did you do blue lines?
T-square. I'm sorry?
Did you have to do like blue lines and all that?
I don't remember that. It was a long time ago. I
Well,
had
I
brown
asked
hair.
because, like, in junior high, I was on the yearbook staff.
Oh.
And it was, I mean, I think maybe our yearbook that we were on for ninth grade and maybe the year after, they were the last ones before they moved everything to computers.
Gotcha.
So we had to do the thing where you like come up with your, like you'd have to use a blue pen and you'd have to draw how you wanted the grids to be for everyone's little pictures in the yearbook. And yeah, it was intense.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, no, it wasn't that hard. I didn't have to do that. I remember putting line or page numbers on, however.
Oh,
And
yeah.
it was so monotonous. And you'd have to make sure they were in the same spot, and it was monotonous. So this is much more fun, and I think you would agree. Look at your pretty, pretty colors.
Give it a little kitty.
Oh.
Ta-da.
Okay.
Let's see.
He's adorable.
Is it dry? I don't think it's quite dry. I'm going to mute myself for just a minute and make sure this
You
is
got it.
completely dry before I move the tape. Because, I mean,
Yep.
you don't want to remove the tape when the paper's wet. It will just tear. So I'll be...
Nope. This is more fun. Okay, so about a half hour ago, I was saying I don't know about this set of stuff that we got. But Mr. Wheel knows. You gotta trust the wheel. Even though you don't think he knows beans about what he's doing. He does.
Okay, I'm back.
Okay.
Ooh,
This
I should
isn't
zoom
very
in. This
colorful.
is the most satisfying part when you remove the tape.
It is. Okay, well, I'm going to stop and watch. I feel better already.
I have a little tip for all of you who are watching when it comes to removing tape from your watercolor paper.
Okay.
When you are removing the tape, make sure that you pull the tape back on itself, almost to where it's like double backed on itself. That will help prevent the paper tearing.
Good. Yeah. Because that's no fun. That's a dirty, rotten, lousy thing to have happen.
Mm-hmm. Okay, here we go. Two more.
Thing. So I know we've been talking about your past.
Mm-hmm.
And I got another past question for you.
Mm-hmm.
Do you, maybe it's not, maybe it's very, very new, but Philip B asks, do you have a favorite card that you've ever made? Now, Philip is a brand new card maker, and he, not only that, but his mother got him started, and his little daughter is making cards too with Craft Roulette. So,
Oh, fun.
It's a family thing.
How fun is that?
I think it's pretty
Do
cool.
I have a favorite card? Do I have a favorite card that I've made? Well, generally, I would just say the most recent card I've made.
Okay.
That's my
Yeah.
favorite. But I'm trying to think if there are any cards that are so like precious to me that I didn't want to give them away.
So you send your cards.
I do. And I think it's mostly
Mhm.
because I have pictures or video of most every single card I make.
Right.
So I know that I have the supplies that if I wanted to, I could remake it. So I'm not, I don't think I'm not super precious about it, but
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
oh my word, that's cute. Now I have to decide.
Oh, it really is cute.
Okay, I get more of a rainbow if I go this way.
You guys need to tell Christina that it's cute. Give her some heart. I think it's awfully cute. Do one for me, will you? Give her a heart for me. I think it's adorable.
All right,
that's a
we're
good
going to
point.
cut this down to an A2 card. And I love using these A2 layer dies, or if you've got any die that just cuts out an A2 card, because you can actually move it around and get the perfect placement.
So
how
where you
you're gonna
like
cut
it.
your card out.
Mhm.
Yeah. Hey, Sophie.
I thought
Speaking
I
of a
heard
cat,
somebody.
Sophie.
Uh-huh.
Oh, yeah, she's meowing. Come here, Soph. Come here.
So are they both talkers?
They can be. It depends on if it's the witching hour.
Oh, are they early risers? Kerwin likes to get up a little early.
You know, they're used to being fed at 6:30 in the morning. So they are up by about 6:15. But we actually, like, they're not allowed in our bedroom at night because Daphne is up all night and she gets into everything. And it's just, I mean,
not good.
For years, I tried to have her in the bedroom because my old cat, he would actually sleep on the bed with me. But with Daphne, it's a no-go. So we sleep with the sound machine on so we don't hear them meowing.
Oh, that's smart.
Because otherwise, yeah.
That's actually very smart. Because they can be, Kerwin has these terrible sounds that he can make. And it makes it sound like he's hurt, and he's not. And so he'll just be making these terrible kind of things, and you think, oh my gosh, he must be dying. But it only lasted, I only thought that for the first 3 years. Now, if he does ever, it's going to be cry wolf kind of thing. If he does ever get hurt and he does that, I'm not going to go running to his side, I'm afraid. But that's you just can't talk sense to him.
You know what? Sophie and Daphne have like a weird meow like that too. But I think it mostly happens when they're trying to find us. Like they don't know where we are in the house. So when they do that weird meow, I kind of yell their names. I'm like, Sophie, like just now. Sophie, then her meow immediately switches to a regular meow.
Somebody told me, I think it was my daughter, that says cats don't talk to each other. They only talk to humans.
That's true.
That's pretty cool.
That is very true.
I think that's a good,
like
cool
out in the wild,
fact.
They don't meow.
Lions do at the zoo. They're so loud.
Well, maybe they're talking at you, looking at them.
Maybe so. Go get me something to eat, woman.
Exactly.
Sue Small Kreider, who is an excellent, she does these remarkable die cards, like, just remarkable. And she asked, going back to studying graphic design, what do you think you would have studied in college if you hadn't gone that way?
Well,
what were your other interests?
Well, the two I was trying to decide between were graphic design or English. I probably would have ended up being an English teacher.
Do you make a lot of sentiments? Do you write sentiments?
Like on my stamp sets that I design, yeah.
So they come to you pretty naturally?
I guess so. I mean, when I was in high school, I was like, angsty teenager, writing poetry and all that. So I wrote some really bad poetry in my day, but
as should a teenager do, I guess. Yeah.
Yes, won some writing contests, things like that. So
that's cool.
Yeah. So I mean, I don't know that I would have gone the creative writing route, but I don't know. I think I could have become a teacher of some sort, whether it was English or, I mean, you know what? I probably would have ended up an art teacher.
You are. And you ended up there. Yeah. You just started in a classroom having to record data. That's not a bad thing.
That is true. And you know what? When people ask me, what do you do? My go-to answer is I'm an online art teacher.
There you go. So it worked out. By the way, Ms. McGuire said sometimes she helps you with your sentiments. LOL.
She does. I'll text her and be
fun.
like, I need some words for this stamp set and whatever, and she will do her thing and send me some greetings that she wants. So that is very true.
That's lovely. Well, see? Well, LOL, that was the truth, Miss Jennifer. That's good. I'm trying to think here. I got something else here. Did you ever scrapbook or not? A lot of people have scrapbooked and stopped. Okay.
I did back in the day when I first started. But then you know what? I only had so many photos of nieces and nephews, and then I stopped. And then also, I think just with cell phones, everyone has photos on their phones, and it's just so much easier just to, do that and flip through quickly. So, yeah, I don't really scrapbook anymore. I probably haven't in, I don't know, a good 12, 13 years.
Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah. A lot of people that have been on the show have said, yeah, I used to. I started there, don't anymore. Cards are faster and much more easy to get done. So, and scrapbooking takes some doing. But,
For sure. Very much more
gosh,
time consuming.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm still enjoying it. I have it from way back. My first scrapbook was when I was like 8 years old. And I have a picture of me taking a selfie of myself in 1963. And I had this little camera and I was holding it out like this and looking right up my nose.
Oh, wow.
But it was all filmed, so you never knew. I think you're doing a splendid job. I think that sketch just worked beautifully for you. You got an idea fast. You really challenged Mr. Wheel, and you're winning. But he says we're all winning because I'm just here to encourage art.
So are you completely done? I thought for sure I'd be done first.
No, I'm pretty much done, I think. I'm pretty glued down.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't think he has to say. He may come up with something to say. But see, I will explain what I did. I've got a square card. My nest colors are robin's egg bluish.
Bluish.
Bluish. It's a little more green blue when you look at it. And then some brown for the nest part 2. And then the little bits of leaves and grass are the green. I don't know how I'm getting that pink in there, but I bet I have looked down birds' necks before because I fed many birds. And they do have like orange and pink and red gullets. So that's how I'm getting that, I guess. My ladder, I made my ladder out of cutting the bedposts again into a ladder, and then I added a cat picture and some cat paws, but I put them backwards. So the cat paws walks in and then all of a sudden jumps. He's behind the bed right now. He jumped because he saw a cucumber, and he's hiding right behind that bed. There you go. That's my card. Have you seen those videos of the cats jumping because of cucumbers? I don't understand it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're so cute. Trying to decide how I want to. What should I have the cat say? Tell me in the comments. It needs to be saying something.
I don't know. I mean, it looks like such a sweet little kitty head. He doesn't look snarky, I don't think. Do you? Not with that bow. No.
Well, I'm pretty sure. Well, I was thinking, like, if I was painting my cat, the Daphne is the one that has the straight stripes on her forehead. But I'm getting more Sophie vibes from this. So
Jennifer says it should say, "I love you, Jennifer."
Don't tempt me.
Stephanie Z says it's a colorful day.
Have a colorful day.
Lund. Yeah. Francis Lund says, "Feed me." Debbie Oren says, "Where's the bird?"
I'm going with Quasi Kitty with "You're a meowsing." That is so cute.
She's good. She wrote she wrote something to me the other day, and she used the stamp set, the Craft Roulette, the basic stamp set with the parameters in the comment, or in her little writings. And so she would stamp the comment or like element and color, and she was doing all the things, and it was such a cute, I don't know where it is, but it was really cute. Yeah, it was like ad libs, and so she would fill in her little thing with project. I hope your project is, and it was just adorable. She's smart, so I'm glad you went with her. She's smart.
And then, of course, I don't have a stamp that says this, so I have to write it.
But your writing is legendary.
I'm running out of space. See, that's why you pencil it first.
Correct.
Mhm.
Oh, that was good too, TJ. Hungary peekaboo, because of the way the kitty is. That's real cute.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's real cute. You're welcome, Quasi Kitty.
Crystal said she tried to Google nest colors and she only got thermostats.
That's awesome.
Good marketing, Nest. Hats off. That's really good. You have cornered the market. You know, I use my Nest cameras, though. I review things that have gone on outside. Sometimes I look for Kerwin if he's out. They're not too bad. They're kind of helpful.
All right, that's going to have to do.
So when you started coloring and watercoloring, a lot of people may not understand. Maybe you got it right off, but did you get it right off, or did it take a lot of practice until you thought you were sufficient? If not good.
Well, I had a little bit of a leg up because I majored in art in college, and I did have a watercolor class that I had to take. So, yeah, but I do remember, like, at the beginning of that class, that it was, well, I take that back. I did watercolor in high school too. So I have a little bit of a background with that. So by the time I was doing it on cards, I had a little more experience.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, I don't know why I had never thought to watercolor on a card until, gosh, I think it was Jan Raza who kind of introduced me to that when she taught she taught with me and Jennifer. We taught a watercolor class at online card classes.
Okay.
And I was like, this is amazing. I love it.
It is so pretty. But you don't only just do like the free flow. You also do like no line coloring super well.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, you're very talented. Let's just face it.
Well, thank you.
Yeah. It's easy. I'm not lying. I'm not lying or trying
around this.
And I'm real glad that you shared your talents with the world and didn't end up in a high school class teaching, because a lot of people have learned much from you.
Oh, well, I'm glad.
That's a good thing. Yeah, it's a good thing.
Okay. It's going to go right there. I'm waiting for my white gel pen to dry. But I can get
look at that. That is so
Okay,
cute.
Freddie.
Every time I look up, you've done something really great on your card. It's wonderful.
Yeah.
Now, I would think this would
white
be
gel
one of
pen
your
was dry.
favorites.
Now Jennifer's going to say, you know what my address is. Now you can send this card to me.
If it had a Vizsla on it. Vizsla? Is that
Vizsla.
that dog? Mm-hmm. Vizsla. Yeah. Then
well,
be beholden, I'm sure.
Well, hopefully Jennifer's still watching, because I sent her a little something. It's actually for her and her daughter, Lila.
Nice.
And when it comes in the mail, it doesn't have anything. I mean, they didn't let me put a gift message. So they're going to be like, what is this? But it has something to do with her dogs. So.
Oh, nice. Well, she will.
All right, I was going to add something else to this. What was it?
She says she loves your presents. By the way, I got this stamp, this little thing from Switzerland the other day, and look at all these interesting stamps. I know that you do remarkable things with your stamps and decorate your envelopes, which is like a whole nother level that I don't understand. If we were playing Mario or something, I would be back here at the beginning level trying to get Mario over the first cliff, And you'd be way up on this other level because you do whole things on envelopes, and it's just nutty. Oh, by the way, I wanted to tell you also, your little postage thing is excellent. How to decide
Oh, the
what
chart.
to post. Oh, it was good.
Yes.
It was real good.
Yes.
So
I can
thank you
pull it
for
out
that.
right now.
And where can they get that? Because I think everybody would like that.
Ta-da.
If they don't have
How
that.
much does it cost to mail your cards?
It's going to go up again.
It's over at my blog, or if you go to any of my YouTube videos, any of my recent YouTube videos, it's linked right in the description.
It's real informative and easy to follow.
Oh, yeah.
I like
it asks you all the questions on
it was good.
what you have to do to mail it.
It was like, I didn't know the thing where you have to keep it straight, the line straight. That was, what? You have to keep the line straight? That's so
you know what? It's interesting. Like, oh, by the way, it also has country prices on the back, so you can know like how much for international. I could never find like a definitive answer online if you don't have, or if you, if you have your address on a straight line, if you don't have it on a straight line, if that causes you to have more postage. So my advice is to just play it safe and put a little extra postage on if your address is not on a straight line. Yeah.
Not a bad plan. Yeah, because our patrons have a card exchange, and there's over 156 people or something like that in the card exchange, and postage is a big deal. And so you don't want to make a mistake and have it come back to you because it's expensive.
For sure.
And then you just lost whatever you just invested. But so I'm encouraging everybody to make sure you get that because it's really helpful. And thank you for doing that. Yeah. So I've explained my card, but I did want you to see this. I've had this on my mask for weeks now.
I love that rubber ducky.
I know, it's so cute. So cute. And it was, this little envelope had Swiss chocolate bars in it. They are gone. They were good. They were great. Anyway,
as it should be. Those should be eaten and enjoyed.
Oh, they were. Yes. Anyway, let's have you tell us how you justified your using the parameters, please.
Okay, so obviously these are squares in here in the background.
Yes.
Nest, it could be that the cat is inside because this could be a window and she is in her nest. Or it could be that a Nest camera has every color under the sun that it can capture. Okay, ladder, I took that as creating a pattern, so I did that with my tape.
Beautiful.
And then add a cat. That's kind of
that's self-explanatory. That's definitely not a bunny. Yeah. Very nicely done. Well, you challenged Mr. Wheel, and he gave you what he could, and that was pretty weird. About half an hour ago, I was thinking he kind of beat you up, but hold my root beer, you said. I can do this, and you did. Well done.
It was
really, really pleased. I love it. That was good. You have conquered game show. Move to the next level. We're going to let you rest just for a second, and we'll come back to have you say goodnight and tell us what's coming up in your world. And we're going to tell everybody how they can play. How's that sound?
Awesome.
Good. Yep. We can do this. We can make a card. We can make a project using those 4 parameters. All you have to do is make your best, take a great photograph, and upload it to craftroulette.live. There is a forum open right now. Real easy to do. If you have any trouble, ask your teenager. They will help you. Use the 4 parameters: square, nest, ladders, and add a cat. Remember, it doesn't have to be literal. It can be abstract. Tell us how you use those parameters if there's something that we can't get on our own, so we can enjoy your clever thoughts. Have it in by Sunday night. We would love to see what you come up with. It will be featured on, not next Friday because we aren't going to be here, but the next Friday's show, and on the gallery on Monday morning. Have wonderful guests coming up. You're going to want to make sure you hit that notification bell so you don't miss a one. Biddy Penny will be here in 2 weeks. Mary Claus will be here next week. May Helms will be starting out the year with her party. That's Mrs. Vinnie to me. And Wendy Cranford will be making a return appearance, followed by Katharina Tarta for the first time on Craft Roulette. She's going to be in Belgium. She's prepping. She will be up in the middle of the night. And then Heather Telford will follow her every week. I've got a whole bunch of more people coming on, and it's going to be a great year. I'm looking forward to 2024. Please join us. We'd love to have you. There's our patrons. Those are the people that bring us here on Friday nights and on Tuesday nights, where we so appreciate them. We do have a lot of extra content over on craftroulette.live. There's also a little bit that goes on our Patreon blog. That's kind of where you start with some of the basics, and then you go over and you find all the other things like the card exchange, the patron show, the videos, the tutorials that I do. I'm sorry. All the different things that we have planned over there that we keep updating too. It's getting better and gooder and gooder. Mr. Producer is working his little bony fingers to even farther down to the bone so that we can have an excellent Patreon product for you. We would love to have you join us and say, yeah, you're doing something kind of good. But if you can't, give us a thumbs up, share, and be a part of our community. We would love that. Actually, we don't call it a community at all. We call it the Craft Roulette culture. We've outgrown community. Because we have clothes, we have words, we're all sorts of stuff. Oh, look at that. That's our giveaway button. We love to give away good stuff from all these wonderful companies that say, yeah, we want to give your nice contributors some stuff. So if you sent in a card last week, your name will be on the, my gosh, look at that thing go. Your name will be on that wheel, and we will get some winners out of this. The first one is always a Krog, a Craft Roulette original giveaway, a handmade card with an itty bitty gift. This one goes all over the world, and if it's far away, it's going to be a really itty bitty gift. Jamet, congratulations. After the spinning is done, there will be a claim prize form open up, and you can claim your prize. Please use the email that you used to send in your card, because otherwise we won't recognize it. For a Craft Roulette goodie bag, this one has to stay in the US of A, and I'm going to use that chart to know how much I got to spend. Lori F. Congratulations, Lori F. We are so glad to send you some goodies. For a sweet November $40 gift certificate, thank you again, Amy Young, for your inspiration, and you're just a nice lady. I really appreciate you, and for being a spin sponsor again. I can't remember if this has to be in the United States or not. We'll figure it out if I'm wrong. I do things wrong. So, oh no, she's not only that in the United States, she is on the Appalachian Trail. Well done. Who was that? That was Sweet November. Lisa, congratulations. We love Lisa. She's a nice lady. For a Waffle Flower $25 gift certificate, where's this one going? We'll see. Oh, from the House of DeTizio, Arlene DeTizio. Arlene, let me help you order that. I know you have trouble sometimes with that. She has made lots of little sleeves for Mr. Mike. Mr. Mike also has on his festive, let's get up here, buddy. His festive little reindeer antlers from Crafty Tafty 2, Andrea. Philip B, we were just talking about Philip B. You get a planner, Philip. Congratulations. Ha-ha. I'm glad for you. For a Purple Onion Design gift certificate. Lisa's here. Yay. Oh, you'll love that. You'll have a lot of fun. You don't have anything though, do you, Lisa? Your poor little craft room cupboards are probably just bare. For a Purple Onion Design, I know better. Ooh, Supreme Doom, the sweetest little Supreme Doom in the world. Congratulations, Supreme Doom. And then for one more, we're going to give somebody a signed copy of the illustrator, the Santa's Long Pants. This book was written by my mother-in-law when my husband, who's not young, was in first grade. they did a little play with it. And then when I got in the family, in the first month I was a family member, she said, would you illustrate it for my grandkids? Well, yeah, I of course would. So I did. She had it self-published, and she had a heck of a lot of fun with it. We have had a heck of a lot of fun with it as well. So I always think of my mother-in-law. So, Trudy, let me know you want that book. We'll send it off to you. All right, let's bring her back and say goodnight. Well, you lived through it. I would say that you didn't only live through it, you showed how. Yeah. Yeah, that was pretty good.
It was fun.
Yeah.
It was fun.
You can put on your resume, wins at game shows. At least one.
There you go. I love
What do you have coming up that we need to know about?
Well, I'm heading into the last few cards for my holiday card series. And for those of you who love giveaways, make sure you watch my video on Monday. I don't know how, but I've been collecting Tim Holtz trimmers in my craft room. One was just like mistakenly, like they sent it to my old house, but they wanted me to have it like right when it was released. So they sent another one that came to my current home. So then I had two. And so I just held on to one of them and I thought, I'll give it away. And then another one, nice. If any of you guys have used like the Shopify Shop Pay app or whatever, when you do your Christmas shopping, and then it gives you some like dollars off if you order from certain stores. Well, it said I had accrued some. And so I went to the Tonic website and the brand new trimmer that came out not too long ago, I bought one. It's currently on its way here. I already have one. So I'm going to have a few trimmers to give away. And that's what I'm going to do my giveaway on Monday. So that's day 22 of the holiday card series. So I'll have 22, 23, 24, and then on Christmas Day, it'll be day 25.
That's amazing. That is an amazing series. I'm always surprised. I've watched it for years. And thought, wow, she does a good job with this. And she does it every time. And she doesn't give up. Because it's a big deal. Sometimes you get an idea and you think, this is going to be a wonderful idea. And then you get in and it's like day 2 and 3 and you're going, I'm dying here. I can't stand it. But you've done it for years. So hats off. Really.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. It's fun. It's my favorite time to make cards.
Yeah. And you always have fun little graphics with it too. They're really cute. Very charming. 2024, anything exciting coming down the pike for you?
I think Jennifer McGuire and I are going to have another class at the beginning of the year. We're not announcing anything yet. We've still got to cross our T's and dot our I's. But we had a class earlier this month at the very beginning and loved it so much. So I think we're going to jump right back into some more classes. Nice. So that's coming down the pipeline. Gosh, we've been designing things over at Simon for new releases coming out at the beginning of the year. So
always
got those coming down too. And then just more card videos.
Love it. You had a lot of friends here. It was nice for you guys to come in and support your buddy and tell her how to handle a wheel.
That's true. I think all of my co-teachers were here. We had Dana and Kathy and Jennifer. So
nice. Well, it's that time of night, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, crafters and craftettes. Make sure you send in your card. But before we do that, we've got to get our brains all loaded up with all the love and kisses. So I see the brain kisses are already happening in the chatterbox. Well done. We'll see your cards. Looking forward to seeing you on Tuesday. And then the last Friday in December, Mr. Producer will be keeping his little fingers working on that website. Christina, this has been a joy. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
I hope your game show experience was good.
It was lovely. Thank you.
Bravo. Y'all have a Merry Christmas. We love you. Stay safe, and we'll see you soon. Thank you.